Hello, happy Sunday to you all. Today, I have come with something different, and I want you to join me on this journey. As reflected in the title of this broadcast, welcome on my Philately journey. You may know what philately is, and maybe there are people who don't know what philately is. Philately is the study of postage stamps and postal history. It also refers to the collection and appreciation of stamps and other philatelic products. Philately involves more than just stamp collecting or the study of postage. It is possible to be a philatelist without owning any stamps. Me, I want to own stamps. And as we continue together on this journey, you will know why I want to own stamps. I've wanted to be a philatelist for a long time. Nobody introduced me to it. I am basically curious. I want to know things that are happening around me. So one day, around Marina, Lagos, I was walking past, and around the post office, there's a post office around that place. I saw an inscription, a signboard, the Nigerian Philately Society, and I wanted to know. That was the first time I would see that word, philately or philatelist or philatelic. So I wanted to know, what is philately. So I found out that philately at that time basically is a collection of postage stamps. So since then, I had made moves to become a philatelist. Many years ago, I got to the point of taking the forms from a post office in Abuja. I kept those forms for years. I didn't even get to fill the forms, not to talk of returning it to the post office. So one day, after many years, I just rose to it and I said, today I want to do something about my interest in philately. It was a lot of trouble, but I got started at last. And I want you to come on this journey with me. So basically, you get your initial package. So I want to open this initial package and share the content with you. Now, I want to read what's here to you. I collect Nigerian stamps. Philately, king of bobbies. And some say philately is the hobby of kings, but it's also the king of hobbies. So philately is a hobby. So henceforth, when I'm filling that part of any form that asks for my hobby, philately will be one of the things that I would write there as my hobbies. Nigeria Philatelic Society. So I'm now a member of this society, Nigeria Philatelic Society. This thing here is called a stamp album. So as part of this is my receipts. This is my receipts for registration and to get this initial package. I'm having about 4 stamp albums, and I want to open each of the albums with you. We are going to check what's inside together. So here a description of the stamps that I have here is written. Centenary Serial 2, 4th October 2016. And in this album, I have a lot of stamps. A lot. Each of these stamps here is 50 naira. Each of the stamps here is 50 naira. This is a very unique shape of stamp. This is the regular shape for stamps, but I'm excited about this shape. How many sides now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those. So this is hexagonal. This shape is hexagonal. So I love the stamps in hexagon shapes. I love them. I love the regular what do you call this shape now? Rectangle. I love the regular rectangle shapes too. So in the first stamp album, I have this stamp. I have this, and the lettering is so tiny. Okay, this is Nigeria Centenary Anniversary. This stamp was produced to mark the centenary anniversary of Nigeria. This is another stamp. I want to read the inscription to you if I can. If I can. Court. Okay. Lord Lugard Court, Lokoja. So the picture in this stamp is Lord Lugard Court, Lokoja. The Nigeria Centenary Anniversary stamp. And then this is another one. I'd like to read. Okay, this is the National Assembly, Abuja. The picture on this stamp is that of the National Assembly, Abuja. And this is another stamp. This is the Supreme Court, Abuja. One thing that many people don't know is that each stamp carries or holds a bit of history. So collecting stamps is like learning history as with pleasure. Yeah, collecting stamps is a way to learn history with pleasure, to learn history and to get acquainted with monuments, landmarks, and so on and so forth. This is another stamp. The description is so tiny, and I think that the lighting in this room is not enough. Seat of administration of Sir Frederick Lugard today in Kogi State Government House. Now, that's it. This stamp is showing us a picture of the seat of administration of Sir Frederick Lugard, and that building is today inside the Kogi State Government House. Like I said, every stamp carries a bit of history with it. So collecting stamps is also learning history with pleasure. So that's that. This from the first stamp album that I got, and I have more in that first album. I have more. So let's. Okay, I got this package less than a week ago, a few days ago, but I I just took a glimpse. I didn't really bring out the content because I was a bit busy. So this is another hexagonal stamp, and Nigeria. Okay, it's still part of the Nigeria Centenary Anniversary stamp. So this is Amalgamation House, Calabar, where Lord Lugard amalgamated northern and southern protectorates in 1914. This is the stamp showing the Amalgamation House where Lord Frederick Lugard amalgamated the northern and southern protectorates in 1914. Collecting stamps reminds you of things that had happened in the past. Some you had learnt about before you see the stamp, and some you are just learning them. You didn't know about them, you are just learning them. So this is another stamp, and the inscription is so tiny. I won't be able to read this to you now, but I may be able to read it later. I'll check that later. So that's that with the first stamp album that I got. So let's arrange the I'm hoping that you can see what I'm doing on the table. Let's arrange the stamps in the stamp album. Let's arrange the stamps in the stamp album. Okay, this and this can stay here together. Arranging the stamps in the stamp album. And the hexagonal stamps. The hexagonal stamps, and this again is the Supreme Court, Federal Supreme Court, Abuja, I guess. Federal Supreme Court, Abuja. So I'm arranging the stamps that I got as part of my takeoff package in the stamp album. So this is the first stamp album arranged. Yeah, so I got this, and this is the second stamp album in my takeoff package, and the description of the stamps that I have in this album: anti-corruption, date of issue. The anti-corruption stamp was issued on November 7, 2016. So let's see. This is the first stamp in the stamp album. Let's see. Say no to bunkering. Yeah, this part of the anti-corruption series. And this stamp is saying to you that you should say no to bunkering. Say no to bunkering. That's it. We have another one in the album, in the stamp album, as part of the anti-corruption stamps, and this one reads, say no to fraud. Say no to fraud. And this is part of the anti-corruption stamps. This one reads, say no to bribery. Say no to bribery. This is another one in the anti-corruption series. This one reads, say no to theft. So why wouldn't you encourage your teenage to take part in philately or become a philatelist? instead of occupying their minds with things that are negative and counterproductive. You can encourage, even you as a parent can pick up philately as a hobby. It is very educative, it is engaging, it is educative. Every stamp holds a bit of history in it. So the third stamp album that I got as part of my takeoff package on the philately journey. So in this album, I have stamps on Nigeria at 60. It was issued on the 11th of March 2021. I have Abuja at 45. It was issued on the 18th of March 2021. I have some revenue stamps in this album, issued 3rd of August 2021. And I have SAPZ stamp issued 24th of October 2022. I'll tell you the full meaning of SAPZ later. I think I got a flyer on that, but I can't remember right away. So let's check the stamps in this album, the third album. In this third stamp album, we have this stamp. This is the stamp to commemorate Abuja at 45. Abuja at 45. And we have this stamp is preaching togetherness. Nigeria, togetherness. So I have just a few of that. The Abuja at 45 stamp, I have four units of that. Togetherness, the togetherness stamp. Okay, I think I have more than 2. I have 4 of that as well. This is okay. They are not the same denomination. This is a stamp on togetherness, and each of these is 100 naira. Why this is also a stamp commemorating Nigeria at 60. It's also preaching togetherness, but each of these is 500 naira. This is also to commemorate Nigeria at 60, and the inscription on it reads togetherness. A piece of this is 100 naira, and each of these is 500 naira. The Abuja at 45 stamp is 100 naira each, so I have 4 of that. It's quite cheap to become a philatelist. You don't need to spend so much, and the beauty of it is that you just continue to acquire these stamps in bits. You can acquire a stamp. You can acquire stamps worth 200 naira at a time. There are 30 naira stamps, even as we speak, 50 naira stamps, and so on. So this is another stamp. This is revenue stamp, and one of these stamps costs 50 naira. So this 4 is just 200 naira. So why wouldn't you come on board? So this is the SAPZ stamp, special, and I can't read it. The lettering is so okay. Special agro industrial processing zones program, SAPZ, special agro industrial processing zones stamp. Each of these is 250 naira. And so that's what I have. That's the content of the third stamp album that I received. Nigeria at 60. This is also Nigeria at 60, and those ones on Nigeria at 60 are preaching togetherness. This is Abuja at 45, celebrating Nigeria. I've got 4 of that, 4 of those. And this is the revenue stamp. This is 50 naira each. So, and this is the SAPZ Special Agro-Industrial Processing Zones Program. This is the stamp to commemorate the launch of that, and each of these stamps costs 250 naira. So this 4 is 1,000 naira. To start with, you don't have to collect so much, you can start with just a token, and before you know it, in 10 years in 10 years you will be having a lot of stamps, and even your grandchildren can learn history. They can take in little doses of history without stress when you show them these stamps. This is to commemorate or to promote or to project African drums. So this stamp is on African Drum Festival, reviving our culture in drums. So I've got just 4 of these, and each of the 4 is 50 naira, which means these 4 stamps costs 200 naira, just 200 naira. I'll take you through this journey. The more you come here, the more you see you see reports on my philately journey. But the program, the Proverbs project continues. So this is still African Drum Festival. This is commemorating the African Drum Festival. So it's another type, different from the one I showed you earlier. Yeah, the one I showed you earlier is 50 naira per stamp. This one is 100 naira per stamp. So these 4 stamps cost 400 naira. So I have that in my package. And then let's see this. This one is they write Nigeria, but there is also some foreign lettering, so to say. But this is a Nigerian stamp. Basically, that's all I can say about this stamp for now. I have 4 of it. Each one is 100 naira. The 4 is 400 naira, and it's inside here. It's in my package. So I'm tucking it in to the album, the stamp album for now. Yeah, and the last but not the least, I'm trying to see if I can read the inscription on that. It's so tiny, and stamps are small, so the lettering too would be small. Spring. I'll find time to read it, and if I have to talk about this particular stamp later, I will tell you what's written on it. But basically, it's a Nigerian stamp. Every country has its own stamps that is revealing, unveiling, presenting, projecting their culture, their landmarks, their natural resources, their what is it called now? I'm trying to remember what this is. Social amenities, special projects, and so on and so forth. So, but I am collecting Nigerian stamps to start with. If on the journey I decide to collect stamps from other countries, I will let you know. I told a friend yesterday that I've got this package. The friend is also a philatelist, so he's one of the most popular philatelists in Nigeria, Mr. Eddie in Calabar. I told him yesterday that I got my package and I'll be opening it today. That when I open the package, I'll tell him what I find inside. So, John, I'm going to share this video to him. And I don't know a lot about philately for now. So I depend on people like him and other experienced philatelists to learn more, to know more, and to share more with you. So that's the broadcast for today. It's another dimension from what I've come here to share in the past. But that's it for today, and this will continue. This will continue for a long time. It's the beginning of a long journey. So I wish you a very happy Sunday. Bye for now.